Lewis Howes was excited to have Jillian Turecki, a relationship coach, on his show to discuss the difference between lust and love, why you can't convince someone to love you, and how to develop self-awareness for healthy relationship. Lewis mentioned that one of the biggest causes of pain, stress, and breakups in relationships is around money conversations and money issues. He encouraged his audience to get a copy of his new book, Make Money Easy, to create financial peace and harmony in their personal relationship with money and with others. Lewis asked Jillian if someone can be broken and happy in a relationship with someone. Jillian replied that it's not about being perfect or whole, but about having a sense of self and knowing who you are and what you want. She emphasized that having a sense of self doesn't mean you love everything about yourself, but that you have an idea of who you are and who you want to be, and that you believe you are intrinsically worthy of being loved despite your imperfections. Jillian explained that people who have no sense of self often look for love in all the wrong people and try to fill their emptiness with someone else. They don't know how to fulfill their own needs or have meaning in their life. She emphasized that trauma and belief systems play a big role in this. Lewis asked what would happen if someone who doesn't feel worthy of love enters a relationship. Jillian replied that it's possible for someone to find someone who loves them unconditionally, but it's more common for people to choose someone who reinforces their negative beliefs. Lewis asked which scenario is more challenging, someone who chooses someone who reinforces their negative beliefs or someone who believes they're not worthy of love but chooses someone who accepts them fully. Jillian replied that the first scenario is more challenging because being treated poorly in a relationship is always the worst scenario. However, Lewis pointed out that getting something you feel you didn't deserve can be challenging, and Jillian agreed that it can lead to feelings of guilt and sabotage. Lewis asked how someone can learn to develop more worthiness and deservedness of love if they never received it or saw it growing up. She emphasized that every person you interact with is a mirror reflecting back to you, and that developing self-worth and self-awareness is key to healthy relationships. Lewis asked Jillian to explain the difference between lust and love. Jillian replied that love is a choice, a habit, and an intentional practice, whereas lust is a feeling that can be all-consuming but is not the same as love. She emphasized that love changes and morphs over time, and that it's not just a feeling but a commitment to caring for someone's best interests. Lewis shared his own experience of testing relationships by being fully honest about his past, present, and future, and Jillian agreed that speaking up and telling the truth is essential in any relationship. She emphasized that being vulnerable and taking risks is necessary for a relationship to be worth keeping. Lewis mentioned that he and his partner Martha went through a book called 8 Dates, which helped them have uncomfortable but important conversations about their values and goals. Jillian shared her own experience of not telling the truth in her previous relationships and how it led to pain and suffering. She emphasized the importance of having honest conversations and being willing to risk losing the relationship in order to build trust and intimacy. Lewis asked how important timing is in a relationship, and Jillian replied that it's not always a timing issue, but rather a matter of being ready and willing to have important conversations and take risks. If you enjoyed this episode till now and want to listen to the complete episode, please subscribe to Quick Podcast Summaries on Spotify and Apple Podcasts for just $1 per month, and you can save an average of 20 hours per week of your precious time. It's a fantastic deal to save time and stay informed.